What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the hybrid mod action, spawning in the right hand side of the map in the teal color, playing as Ra. He's from the UCA clan. His name is HerroOP. His partners today also from the UCA clan in the green color, playing as Oasis. Is matreiuss in the yellow color playing as Ra. His name is I Kill You Die. Their opponents today are the Nilla clan, which I do not remember the name of. We have ThreeEyedOdin in the blue color playing as Ra. Partner in the red color playing as Ra GrandMonster, and also in the purple color playing as Isis. His name is Shenanigans. The map is Oasis. Super good win there from the UCA clan in that first game, taking home the Mediterranean game. It is 1-0 in this best of 3 series. We'll see which team can come out on top here. I'm super excited to watch these games, watching Nilla players play on the hybrid mod, having to deal with what the other Titans players give them, which they're not used to seeing, because they're used to this. There's a kind of a meta in Nilla, right, which the players play, and then there's kind of a meta in the Titans, which they play by, and they're very different play styles, and they also result in different areas of the game that they're stronger in. For example, I find that Titans games go longer because auto queue allows them to go longer, because they can just keep on pumping units without getting distracted and not losing significant fights because of that situation going on there, which means they can often get into the late game more often, which means they can practice the late game and have more success, need to get control over that sneaky gold miner there. Unfortunately, jumping all the way back to the town center going to be a little bit not inefficient, but not going to matter too much. So Titans players often have more ability in the late game, but Nilla players, I find, have the ability to get timing pushes and put pressure on their opponents and get advantages earlier, which time players don't really know about, because they're always trying to play for the late game or play sort of safe. So we'll see what happens here. We do have all Egyptians though. So in these all Egyptian wars, when you have one Isis on your team and your opponent has one Isis on your team, the real goal here is to get prosperity out early and take advantage of the farms. If you get the prosperity out early, you can then transition into farms, chuck them down, get a monument in your base, get a monument in red base, get a monument in blue base, and vice versa for green here. And then you want to be using that favor in some way, shape, or form, but it doesn't really matter. You need to get the monument protection so that Locust doesn't get cast. And you want to take advantage of those reigns super early. So I actually think it's debatable whether or not a fast reign is good in a 1v1 Ra versus Ra. I can understand going slower, going tar, getting those cheap farms, getting economy, and that sometimes is the better option. Or maybe it is, not sure. But definitely when there's 4 reigns on the field, going for a fast farm build is generally going to give you the most wood. I mean, I saw a lumber camp and just thought wood, but the most food. That lumber camp needs to be right next to the palm trees there. It's a little bit off. Shenanigans, what are you doing, man? We do see HerroOP's got his wood early, so he's going to be going for an early pickaxe, early Shadoof. It looks like he's going for tar. I would love to see Bast. Man, Bast is so strong against Ra. You just get a bunch of those Sphinx out, get Hierocryos Sphinx. I can't speak. Hierocryos Sphinx. And then they can just run around and do absolute work to your opponent's priests. Like, priests can't hit those fully upgraded Sphinx. That's what makes them so strong. So you can micro super well with those. So we'll see what happens here. ThreeEyedOdin has got a lot of villagers on gold already. 1 villager on wood. So this does kind of look like a fast farm to me. If we jump over to his perspective, ThreeEyedOdin, yep, he's got not enough here. He's going for that early farm. I love it. I love it. It's definitely the way to play this game. And we see GrandMonster's not got that happening either. So it's only, I would have liked to see both players go for this. If you're on a team and your partner's doing this, got to do this fast farm. It works. It's very good, and it takes a lot of pressure off yourself in terms of hunting. But we do have all the goat here for Shenanigans, so he's not going to be going for the fast fire himself there. Neither is matreiuss, but matreiuss is moving over here onto goat in his own base instead of scouting out for giraffe or anything. Maybe there are no giraffe here. If we look at the fog of war, jumping over to UCA's perspective, it looks like they haven't spotted anything. Have spotted quite a few goats, which is great. So you can just go off goats to get to the heroic age, but we'll see what happens there. Shenanigans, not advancing just yet. Is anyone advancing just yet? Still no rain here for ThreeEyedOdin. It's a little bit late. We're seeing Ptar from GrandMonster. matreiuss not advanced just yet. He is going to be going through Bast though. Guaranteed. We see Ptar there from the HerroOP and I Kill You Die. It's still not ooh, very late. Not sure I understand this one. matreiuss casting his Prosperity super early, so matreiuss going through Bast, going to be able to get, this is what we talked about, going to be able to get those farms down while rain's happening. So ThreeEyedOdin, had he been able to get that rain out earlier, could have stopped this farm shenanigans going on right now. I'm saying shenanigans, but shenanigans is in the game. I should not use that word. Anyways, we have, how many farms are here from ThreeEyedOdin? We have 10 farms. So this build, it's just a little bit slow. It's a little bit slow. You can get this many farms out like earlier and advance much faster, and you'd be totally fine. But maybe he wants to chuck down more things. He's chucking up some houses and something else here, maybe some monuments. Going through Bast himself, which I love, which means you need to get more monuments up. If you chuck up 2 monuments more, so get monuments to the soldiers, monuments to the priests, then you can really start pumping out those Sphinx and doing some real devastating stuff there. Or even better than that, could be going for Scarabs. Go Sekhmet, Scarab, push, very difficult to deal with as Ra, because you only have priests and you spend all of that gold you have early on farm, so you can't really afford the priests, which is why it's so strong. We're seeing walls going up though for I Kill You Die. Would be better to chuck this wall up over here and cut off this location so your opponent has to run through here, but you can then wall off here as well. But there are hyena here, so I guess walling off over here is totally fine. We're seeing GrandMonster casting rain. That's going to be good for matreiuss, not so good for HerroOP, but I Kill You Die already chucking up his own farms as well. If we chuck over to his perspective, he is through Bast himself, chucking up an army, got that second monument going up, and he's going to be totally fine there. He's got a lot of wood in the bank because he has got pickaxe, could be grabbing shaft mine. Generally, I like to see really early shaft mines in these Ra mirrors. We're seeing an armory going up for ThreeEyedOdin. No third monument just yet, so maybe that's not going to be happening. And do we see monuments in our partner's base? No monuments in our partner's base just yet for either team, so they're not thinking about that, which I don't like that much. But what can you do? If we jump over to people's perspectives, who is advancing just yet? All going very slow at this point in time. Very boomy builds at here. matreiuss should be advancing though. He's grabbing his armory up. He's going to be there fairly soon. That being said, though, he did use his prosperity on farms, so he's not going to have that advantage of farms in the classic, in the heroic age. He's not going to have that advantage of Migdol Stronghold, town center, straight away in the heroic age, which is sometimes what you do as Isis. But he can chuck a market up. Oh, all these range, you got to love it. You got to love all of that food income. But we're going to be seeing those players advancing soon. Hathor's coming out for ThreeEyedOdin. Hathor coming out for GrandMonster. matreiuss almost be advancing there. HerroOP not that close. Shenanigans should be advancing now. He's probably going to be going through Nephthys. There we go. Nephthys is coming out there, and I Kill You Die just about ready to be advancing. So all going to be hitting pretty late there. We're seeing Sphinx are out for ThreeEyedOdin. Like I said, that was kind of the way to go, but not without the third monument. You can afford a third monument and be advancing as fast as he's going right now. And he is grabbing Cryos Sphinx as well. So that's going to be huge. Pick off these units. Make sure your opponent can't get a Migdol Stronghold out of their base. You don't want him to be able to secure anything with it. That's kind of why you get these Sphinx out. And what is his name? I Kill You Die needs to be doing something himself in order to be dealing with this. He is moving in, looking for something here, looking to maybe cast a Locust or something. Maybe that's potentially what's going on here. But 5 seconds left, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Is he going to be able to keep this Sphinx alive, or is he running to it too early? All we do see, rain gets cast instantly, so ThreeEyedOdin not able to get his Locust out fast enough from that first Cryo Sphinx, but he should be moving forward with the Migdol Strong. Oh, he's grabbing the town center first. I don't know how much I like this, but maybe he didn't have the favor. Man, he did have the favor. I'm not sure. He's chucking up markets. He's got a lot of food in the bank, so he's going to be able to boom very, very fast. But having the advantage of the advance time there, could have moved forward and grabbed this town center. That could have been totally worthwhile as well, and forced your opponent to do something like that. But everyone can go fast mythic here as well because of all that food income that they have. We aren't seeing any sort of fast mythic at this point, but I Kill You Die may be doing that. He's got the resources, and we are seeing, there we go, Monument to the Soldiers is coming up now for matreiuss. in I Kill You Die's base, so that's going to be enough to stop the Locust. And we're seeing villagers move forward now. He's got priests and pharaohs to defend against this, but the Sphinx can move in and then cast Locust as well onto these guys, which would be huge. But we'll see if that happens. It looks like ThreeEyedOdin not really playing proactively here with these units at this point. If we're jumping over to matreiuss's perspective, he's got markets going up in the corner of the map. And he's grabbing town centers. No Migdol strongholds just yet for him. And Shenanigans is grabbing up his own Migdol stronghold. 9 minutes is kind of late for this matchup. I know, like, on a land map, you generally, on a team game, you generally want to go boomy, but you can really counter that hard if you go super fast, go Siege Towers, Ancestors Eclipse, and Chariot Arch push into your opponent's base and kill off this location here. Just push through here would have been brutal, but unfortunately, that's not what's happening there. Locust does get cast there, but that's not gonna be able to do all too much. These Cryosphinx not fast enough just yet to be dodging these priests. They need to be advanced one more tier before that happens, and without the third monument, it's kind of hard to get that to happen. Definitely want to get some of these priests and pharaohs to be re-healing these guys. They're low HP. Well, ThreeEyedOdin is producing as much as he possibly can. What is GrandMonster doing? He's grabbing his second town center. He's got that one up. He's got the double mark coming up, so he can produce all of those camel caravans. So that's going to be the story here. The trade route's going to come up, booming as much as you possibly can and trying to go from there. We are seeing I Kill You Die looking for what he can do there. Second town center for him coming up, and HerroOP is grabbing his own second town center. So everyone is kind of doing a similar strategy at this point. However, Shenanigans does have the access to that aggressive god power. So what he should be thinking about is grabbing this town center himself and moving forward. We are seeing GrandMonster choosing this side of the map, wants to kind of create the double over here. So he's going to be attempting to move in and doing what he can possibly do there. Siege Workshop, Migdol Stronghold are up for him, but they're a little bit far away. I wouldn't mind seeing more, sending those units closer. We do see walls going up over this location. Walls are up over here, and no walls for the UCA clan. This is a big difference between Titans players and Nilla players, knowing where to wall off and making sure it happens. We do see a couple of walls here, but one wall is all you need. It's just a little bit of villager walking time there to get there, but if you get that one up, it's always nice. We are seeing markets going up and some pressure is about to happen here. I Kill You Die trying to move in here, running back and forth, trying to pick off units. He does have his own Sphinx out, but that's going to be not as good as the Cryo Sphinx here. They're going to move in and try and do some damage here. We do Shenanigans casting Prosperity, so that's going to be good. He did actually miss out on all of the farms, all of the rains though, so that's going to be a bit of an issue there for him because he's going to be a little bit behind in the resources, but having Ancestors Eclipse should be enough to deal with that. We don't see any priest out for HerroOP just yet. If we jump over to matreiuss's perspective, he's looking still like he wants to be booming. He's grabbing town centers left, right, and center, and he's finally just starting to build those units up. So still going a little bit slow, no real pressure happening just yet, and this town center needs to be grabbed. If you're going to be doubling and your opponent's grabbing town centers himself, you need to grab your opponent's town centers and then go backwards so that they can't grab them. So we're going to see a little bit of micro running in and back and forth here, not really gathering that much information, just taking a little bit of damage. Definitely, I think Shenanigans has the resource. He definitely has the resources to grab this town center, and there's more than enough units here to be fighting off what HerroOP has got here. And we're seeing Ancestors Eclipse getting cast on this location with all of the units moving in right now. We have I Kill You Die trying to pick off ThreeEyedOdin's Migdol Stronghold. There's quite a few priests here though, so I'm not sure why this is happening. Oh, matreiuss cast it, so he's going to be pushing in here with all of these units here. This is going to be really difficult for ThreeEyedOdin to deal with. He was not prepared for this in the slides. He has a couple of Cryosphinx out here, which could deal with those minions if he does choose to. Pharaoh's not ready to pick these guys off at all. The Migdol Stronghold is going to be going down, and then he's going to keep moving forward and putting all of the damage onto ThreeEyedOdin. I Kill You Die is going to be in a really good position now to be moving into this town center. That being said though, ThreeEyedOdin can start pumping out some of this gold. So if I'm Shenanigans, I'm giving all my gold over ThreeEyedOdin, produce all of those mercenary cavalry and start doing what you can there. Pharaoh does get picked off there. Most of the minions have been picked off. There is a siege tower here to defend against this siege tower, so he can start pumping out there and defending. ThreeEyedOdin still has quite a few resources in gold there to pump out those mercenary cavalry, and once this Ancestors Eclipse is over, I would expect Ancestors Eclipse to be used in defense here, but I'm not 100% sure there if it's worth it or not. Still, this town center is not up. Are we going to see Answers? No, we're just going to see Chariot Archers moving. Okay, Answers Eclipse does come back onto I Kill You Die. So this is a defensive maneuver. I'm not sure I like it. I feel like this attack was kind of over and it was defended. And basically, a 3-eyed Odin just needs to get up another Migdor stronghold or two and then rebuild these units. Because he doesn't have anything to push in. He doesn't have any siege towers. Generally, you only want to cast Answers Eclipse when you have access to siege towers. Anyways, matreiuss is in that position he loves being in. He got those 3 town centers going, booming super fast, and we're seeing matreiuss move into this location here. Shenanigans is going to have to deal with all of these guys now, and he is moving his. Oh, this is super late, and now with GrandMonster over the other side of the map, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to deal with this. I think he can potentially win this fight, but he needs to get this town center up fast enough. So we'll see if he can manage to do that. And we are seeing that HerroOP is going to be seeing this, and he's going to try and move in and pick off this location. But maybe if he can get he's going to be moving his villages away to try and protect that Pharaoh, but could just move back in now as they're fighting. Get this siege tower right in front of these Chariot Archers as well. You want to be trying to do that as best as you possibly can, but Shenanigans giving up on that location. We are seeing some siege towers moving in now. We're seeing all of these Chariot Archers focusing down a siege tower, which is not what you want to be seeing in the slightest. But it looks like 3-eyed Odin has recovered right now, and he's going to be totally fine. This town center looks like we're trying to move in again, but moving in while retreating, and not 100% sure about that. Definitely need to turn around, try and pick off these Chariot Archers. You probably could, maybe Alt-S these guys, and it looks like town center still not going to be going up for Shenanigans, but he's super close to grabbing it. Shenanigans just basically needs to attack. If he attacks here, he should be able to defend this, basically get this location here. Pharaoh does get picked off as well, which is brutal, which means getting this town center up fast is no longer an option. I feel like Shenanigans just grabbed his back town center instead of this forward town center, and that was just too slow. And now HerroOP is going to be in a perfect position to essentially survive here, and he's got heavy chariots out as well. These cavalry are going to move in as well, try and deal as much damage as they possibly can. The chariots do turn around, try and pick off the villages, which is a good micro there by Shenanigans to pick off a couple of those Chariot Archers. Try and pick off these cavalry though, not what you want to be doing. We are seeing some of these golden lines moving in, as well as what matreiuss is doing here, or I Kill You Die is managing to defend here. What is matreiuss doing? I don't see his army anywhere. Looks like a bunch of these siege towers trying to move in. Going to be able to pick off this town center if you can't pick off the siege towers fast enough. There's only 3 villages picking off these siege towers, and this town center is going down, which is unfortunate there for 3-eyed Odin. So he's going to have to somehow be able to get that one back up, and he's sitting at 130 population. So he's really over economied. Well, he's basically sitting on an economy of 160 population. So he's not going to be able to produce those military units anymore. And we are seeing this town center still not grabbed there for HerroOP, but he's hitting in a really, really good position right now, managing to basically secure it with a Migdor stronghold. He's got barracks coming up, he's got siege workshop, and we see GrandMonster is through Horus. So he's going to cast Horus here or somewhere else. Where is the tornado coming down at this point in the game? Potentially killing off these units will be worthwhile, or picking off this location will be worthwhile as well, so Shenanigans can grab his 4th town center, but maybe that's not what's going to be happening here. We are seeing siege towers move in, try and pick off this Migdor stronghold, but as one siege tower is not going to be that great. Shenanigans sitting at 135 or 145 population to I Kill You Die's 124 population, so he's still sitting in a pretty decent spot. Seeing Migdor strongholds going up. matreiuss just received 1350 gold. Why did he give that much gold over to matreiuss? I'm not 100% sure. And why does he have that much gold to begin with? We're seeing Locust Swarm gets cast onto these villages. Going to be able to pick off all of these guys. We're seeing Thoth comes through for matreiuss. He can start casting this location here, all of these different options. And we still haven't seen where is it being cast. We're seeing it cast over here in order to pick off these locations here, pick off these Migdor strongholds. We're seeing barracks come down for GrandMonster. All those villages get picked off there by a beautiful meteor there. But one villager manages to avoid the raining fire coming down, and this location looking like it's going to be secured here. This all comes down to GrandMonster and 3-eyed Odin being able to defend here. Maybe grabbing the mercenary upgrade, so you can send mercenary from your hometown center into this location, may be able to help. Medjay, that would be, but oh Jesus, matreiuss grabbing the Book of Thoth as well, which is going to give him even more economy. We're seeing Tornado get cast over here, and over here Tornado getting cast. Oh no, that's not Tornado. Tornado gets cast over here, and we're seeing Locust get cast here. The town center is so close to going up, just needs to just needs to wait out that Locust and it should be up. Nice use of Tornado there, but really nice use of Locust as well. There's no units in this location though, so these villagers just need to move back over into this location here, sitting at 2,700 hit points out of 2,800. Going to move these guys back and going to get that town center up, so it's going to be a nice position for the Nilla team to be in. They're going to be able to grab this 4 town centers here, to 2 town centers, grab this town center back potentially. We do see matreiuss has already got Thoth Elephants coming out right now. He doesn't have Thoth Elephants coming out just yet. He needs to get a little bit more favor coming in. He does have 47 favor, so he's waiting on Valley of the Kings first, so he can produce these guys super fast. Get this priest into this location to be empowering. There's no siege units just yet either, so this is probably going to go okay for ThreeEyedOdin. Maybe going to be able to get this one up. Just needs to pick off these elephants here and get this location up. Get these Cryosphinx to be picking off some of these other guys. We do see ThreeEyedOdin is trying to micro his chariot archers, and we do see the town center is back up. So this is great for Nilla. Nilla can definitely defend right now. He's got 1,000 gold in the bank. He's got needs to get some more of those units pumping. He does not have anything coming out. He's producing. Definitely don't want to be producing War Elephant when you're sitting at low population, because they take so long. It's kind of like you don't want to produce raiding cavalry if you've got no population and you're getting attacked. You want to produce Ulfsark. But we're seeing this is the unit choice. Producing a bunch of those mercenary out as well should be enough to defend. He needs to get these mercenary to kick off those siege towers. But Shenanigans now moving in to putting all of that pressure onto HerroOP, who's in a very difficult position right now. There's so many mercenary coming out. There's so many siege towers as well. So much damage. So many buildings getting picked off there. But basically, it's going to come down to Heroic Age transitioning into Mythic Age. So is HerroOP going through Horus? Yes, we do see Horus is coming out now, and Shenanigans is sitting only at 157 of 172, so he's nowhere close to Heroic Age. And once Mythic Age is going to be coming out now for HerroOP and also for ThreeEyedOdin, so he can use his own tornado now on this location, which is what you kind of want to do. I'm pretty disappointed in matreiuss for not chucking down his own monuments in this location. Picking off all those villages is huge, and that's going to allow him to potentially get this town center back up a 3rd time. But we do see that Mythic Age for what is it? matreiuss? No, Kill You Die. Oh, he's changed gods there. Picking Osiris. I do like the change though. Osiris is very, very good, but Horus would be able to pin down this location even better. So bit surprised that we do see HerroOP has hit a Mythic Age through Horus there. He's going to be looking to send some of these units forward to cast Tornado here or over in this location. We'll see which one. We do see matreiuss is coming through here with the champion elephant. We check in. We do have Valley of the King. So these guys produce so fast. What's the myth unit? Negative 67%. So if they have a build time of 15 seconds, that gets moved down to 7 seconds. No, that's not right. Is it? Yeah, just under like 6 seconds or 7 second. Champion elephants is huge. That's faster than an Ulfsark gets produced. Anyways, well, this is what the talk is right now. Is this town center going to hold? And can Shenanigans hold against these elephants moving in right now? We are seeing that he is repairing right now. If I'm GrandMonster right now and I'm sitting at 3,000 gold, you need to give that gold to Shenanigans. Shenanigans needs the gold. He's got 4 town centers. He needs the gold to produce mercenary and get to his own Mythic Age in order to defend against all this. He does have some of these cavalry coming out, and we're seeing Shenanigans move his villages back. Definitely need to start producing some of those watchtowers with crenellations, because they do have bonus against champion elephant. We do see that this town center is coming up at this point, but Mythic Age is through for I Kill You Die. He's chucking down the Son of Osiris as well, so he's going to be moving forward, attempting to start dealing a bunch of damage. And we do see ThreeEyedOdin, as soon as he sees that Son of Osiris, he moves forward these heavy chariots, tries to pick that guy off, and Son of Osiris is moving away at this point in the game, trying to do as much as he possibly can here. And we are seeing what is going on here. We're seeing town centers still trying to come up at this point, but once Catapult come through, this town center is never coming up, because Catapult just needs to send one throw, and that stops the town center coming up completely. And we're seeing the town center from here trying to get picked off as well, and all of that good noise here. Oh, there we go. Horus is coming through here with that tornado, trying to pick off this location here and trying to give himself back the lead. And we're seeing some of those siege catapults. What are they called? They just have the engineers, when you see the little steel things on them, they do so much more damage, and the town center is going to get picked off now from that tornado. Those catapults not going to be able to do too much because there's nothing here, but This is all basically Shenanigans is falling very far behind. For some reason has no gold income, has only 6 villages on gold, and he's going to be moving forward to this location. Is he just like not? No, he's got all the upgrades, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Just not gathering resources too fast. We're seeing watchtowers are coming up as well, and this is still doing damage over here. Catapults attacking the Migdol stronghold and trying to deal all the damage that they possibly can. We do see heavy chariots still trying to pick off the Son of Osiris. You just need to get a couple of those guys to keep picking away at him, keep picking away, and he eventually does fall. We do see a bunch. There we go. Finally, some resources get transferred from GrandMonster over to Shenanigans, but it may be too little too late with this town center now coming up for HerroOP. They're going to be pushing through at this point, trying to pick off this location. Guard towers going up as well, which means basically Shenanigans needs to get to the Mythic Age in order to deal with this. He can go through Thoth himself, but matreiuss is just super far ahead in terms of his technology as well. Does he have Thoth upgrade? Yeah, now those champion elephant are terrifying. Once you get what's it called? Tusk of Apedemac. No, I don't know. Whatever it's called. Super strong units, and we see that the catapults now moving in with these watchtowers up as well, enough to pick off these mercenary cavalry. We see the Son of Osiris doing significant amounts of damage, trying to pick off everything as well, doing all that they possibly can. Watchtowers do get picked off as well, and this is very good for the UCA clan. So we're seeing a little bit of a push through on these walls here, but I feel like they can just repair these as well or get up his own watchtower. Labor is looking for something, but I'm not 100% sure what. Maybe trying to do one of those side builds he did from the other game on the Mediterranean game, trying to shut down some trade routes or something. If he picks off these locations, he can get through. I'm not sure what's going on here. You can actually get one of these villages to target this wooden wall, and one of these villages to target this wooden wall to kick off the entire wall at once. We do see that matreiuss is upgrading his fortified walls there as well to make it even more difficult for his opponents to move in. So UCA pushing through at this point, trying to pick off all of this location. We're seeing this town center still not going in the way of HerroOP, so Shenanigans still has a chance here to control this side of the map, and if these guys can hold on for long enough, this could potentially still be to Nilla's advantage, but they're falling behind so fast. All of these buildings are getting picked off. There's so many catapult here. That's so many. Look at all the catapult. There's so many. Oh my god. Son of Osiris does get picked off though, so it's going to be a big win there for the Nilla team. We can see what's going to happen there. There's so many more of these. Migdol strongholds are falling. We are finally seeing some of these champion spearmen coming out, which are a good response to Thoth elephants, because they have big bonuses with those Thoth upgrades, which he does have. What is it? Greatest of 50, you get 100% spearman bonus versus cavalry, and champion elephant are considered cavalry. So that can be huge there. If we jump over, did he go Patar as well? Yeah, GrandMonster and Patar as well. So you can also get the shield upgrade to make them even more strong. So this is basically all coming down to can the Nilla team defend against these catapults, and can Shenanigans grab this location here? Again, GrandMonster not using his god powers for some reason, still has access to Locust, can still do something. Definitely should be using Locust here, man. Use Locust, stop this town center from going up. You do not want this town center going up at all, but still no Locust getting cast. A little bit interesting as to that decision making there. Could pick off so many villages, but unfortunately town center going up. Locust not fast enough to be done just yet. Someone was trying to use a god power. Looks like there was a shifting sand getting tried or something, not sure. Anyways, Town Center is up for I Kill You Die right now, so they're going to be sitting in a great position to keep pushing in. Going to start being able to produce some of those mercenary from that location as well, and that's going to be huge. So they can keep being able to push in. There's still mercenary coming out from here, and they should have... they don't have Medjay just yet. Not 100% sure why. ThreeEyedOdin sitting at a good amount of resources there in the bank, so let's see what's going on there. We are seeing barracks get picked off over on this location. Shenanigans casting his own Thoth Meteor over on this location, but Meteor really just not that good when it comes down to it. It seems like a really flashy god power, but it doesn't really do that much damage, so not the best use of it in that location. Would have been better to use it on ballista towers, because it does actually kill those, at least kill somewhat, but this is kind of just like a big siege battle battle here, and are we going to see a wonder maybe? Maybe it's the only possible way for Nilla to, as I say that, the wonder goes down. This is kind of the only possible way for the Nilla team to take a win here, because it's in the, this is actually a really good positioning as well. This is the furthest way away from the UCA clan, and looks like he's going to be attempting to move through and stop that. Nope. This is the furthest way away from the UCA clan it possibly can be, without like, you know, being so it's in a good position. But they do need to start defending this and committing to the wonder. Who's on the UCA clan that can afford their own wonder? Matreiuss is, HerroOP is, and I Kill You Die, no. So one of these guys needs to chuck up their own defending wonder, so that if you pick off the wonder, you win. So I actually feel like you could pick up, you could probably, he's got 30 villages. Oh, he's put quite a few villages on here, but I feel like GrandMonster he's got a lot of resources in the bank. But I feel like if you just put all your villages off and build your own wonder, you could get it up before and just completely control this game from every single way. We see a shifting sands get cast onto these villages, but that gets spot very, very quickly. We're seeing barracks go up for HerroOP. I'm not sure what's going to go on here apart from this. So all of these camel caravans going to be falling for shenanigans, and for GrandMonster, and for ThreeEyedOdin. So, and we're seeing, there's the locust does get cast, and does manage to pick up every single one of those villages. So finally a good locust gets thrown down there, but it was a little bit too late. Could have cast it on this location earlier, but that's going to be fine. Only one barracks goes up there, so just going to be able to clean that one up with a couple of mercenary or something like that. Wonder is about a third complete, so that's going to be probably going to be able to be finished without anything. Shenanigans did manage to grab his town center back here and finally pumping out some of these catapult. All of those watchtowers have seemed to be enough there. We're seeing a bunch of these catapult are pumping out now. There is a rock from HerroOP, and a bunch of these catapult are here though, so can definitely use that rock to jump over this location, and there's pretty much a clear path towards the wonder because there's no watchtowers here just yet. So that's going to be the story right there. Is this going to be enough? We're seeing ThreeEyedOdin going to be losing his town center at this point. So this is all, how can I defend for as long as possible? We did see Monument to Pharaohs, and Priest has been finally thrown up there. I think he threw it up ages ago, but not in the right order, I feel like. Matreiuss is going to be throwing down this town center. Going to be grabbing that one, totally fine. Needs to send some villagers forward in order to grab it and do what he can do there. And we'll see what happens there. We're seeing that this location did manage to get picked up, and finally wonder is going up with the empowerment. That's something that we forget. You can't actually, can you empower? I'm not sure you can empower this in Nilla. I'm fairly sure you can't empower a wonder in Nilla. So this is a little bit of a feature that needs to get fixed there. I think, I could be wrong though. Definitely think that empowering a wonder is just maybe something that happened in the Titans. So a little bit of a sneak there, but the wonder for GrandMonster is definitely going to be up, and he did have a pharaoh over here that he could have used to empower this to get up even faster, but no worries there. Maybe it'll be a worry because he could have got up at double the speed, right? So that would be an extra minute or something that they have to keep it up. So we'll see if that matters in the long run. But wonder is up now, so if we can last to 38 minutes into this game, then we do win the game there. So we'll see if GrandMonster can get that one to happen or not. So we'll see what happens there. We are seeing more and more sieging happening, and we're seeing villagers move in, trying to build these ballista towers, but we're seeing more and more of these mercenary cavalry. GrandMonster still has 8,000 gold, so I hope these 7,000 gold here from ThreeEyedOdin and Shenanigans, sitting at little under 500, but he is losing. Oh no, he's still not losing this location. Where'd the rock go? The rock is moving in, and we do see a priest is already here to be defending against this. So we're going to see a bunch of these arrow fire is probably going to be enough here to pick off this rock, and it's all going to be counter. Can this wonder get picked off or not? Rock does fall. These catapults are going to get picked off super fast, but this is probably going to be not enough to pick off the wonder at this point. So totally fine here. Needs to get repairing on this location and start producing some of those watchtowers himself. He is repairing it and can still. Oh, can you empower it now? No, you can't empower the wonder when it's up. Maybe I got it all wrong, and this is a Nilla feature. I knew there was something up with it, but we are sending those villagers over onto the wonder here. Wonder does get up for UCA Hero for the UCA team. So if this wonder goes down, UCA basically guaranteed win unless some sort of sneak attack happens from the Nilla team. But there's so many town centers on UCA's side that this is basically all going to come down to that. So Shenanigans is doing really, really well here to be defending against what UCA is putting on. We do see Champion Elephant are coming through and everything else, but Shenanigans is holding on. Definitely need to send some gold his way, man. Send some gold his way. If we jump over to GrandMonster's perspective, still 5,000 gold in the bank. ThreeEyedOdin still has 4,000 gold in the bank, so that could be used very nicely there. GrandMonster, they still have a nice trade route happening as well. Oh, this is not good. You don't want to have this happening. Unfortunately, that's a bad thing right there, and we're seeing more of these mercenary are getting pumped out, and this is just a slow push happening here. Slow push. Watchtowers coming. More mercenary, more catapults just pushing through. The option here is to push through on this location here, but we are seeing Shenanigans just chucking up Migdol strongholds, and we're seeing rocks coming through for GrandMonster. Definitely want to chuck up wall segments and more walls here just so that they can't sneak through or something like that. Are we seeing more rocks? We're seeing another rock raid coming in. We've got like 9 catapults here. That's going to be a good amount, and he can still chuck through and figure out his path in order to get through to this Migdol stronghold. Not Migdol stronghold, Wonder. But the Wonder is coming back up. He did take a lot of damage from that first little attack there, but essentially, if he can get a bunch of baluster tower up, that rock's not going to get close. So we'll see if he can manage to do that or not by the time that next rock raid comes. We're seeing more and more of these catapults are doing all of that damage as much as they possibly can. Juggernauts is out for some reason here for ThreeEyedOdin. I'd much prefer to see like a Mummy or an Avenger than a Juggernauts at this point in the game. Not the strongest of units, but ThreeEyedOdin is sitting at one town center, and they are trying to move forward. It's just a very slow process here. What's happening here? We're seeing some village. Ooh, we're seeing some villagers move forward here. That's going to be pretty brutal if you can get those laborers through and start producing some of those barracks and things in this location, get some of those siege towers. And the rock is coming. Where is he? The rock is coming. Going to move over this location, try and move through here. There's a bunch of priests here though, and it is getting scattered out by GrandMonster. So this is going to move forward, move through, and these priests should be totally fine. But are these laborers going to be able to do anything? And is this rock going to be able to move over on this location? There are Shenanigan chariot archers as well already here, and we're seeing, oh, looks like the priests are getting taken down by the laborers, and the rock is moving in. Oh, we do see that he has been spotted, and those are going to get picked off very, very fast. There's no way that rock survives, right? The rock does manage to drop the catapults though, so they're going to be able to move forward, and GrandMonster needs to start pumping out those mercenary to pick off this catapult raid right now. The Wonder is under a lot of pressure right now. There's no real hack units here. There's only a couple of laborers, and this Wonder is going to get taken down super fast. This is so much damage to these catapults, but they're probably not going to be able to pick off this location. ThreeEyedOdin does send GrandMonster a couple of resources here in order to deal with this. Pumping out those mercenary cavalry is super important at this point in the game, and we're seeing a bunch of those champion elephants are doing what they can do. We did see a little bit of a raid here on the main town center. Managing to pick this guy off is a little bit too bad there for Shenanigans, but all of these war elephants should get picked off here at this point. Wonder is sitting at 3,000, 4,000 HP, so he's still sitting at that alive standpoint, which is what you want. When we're probably seeing again another rock raid getting geared up here. What you need to do is get a bunch of priests to sit in this location, because this is the way that it looks like HerroOP is trying to get in here, and if he can just stop it with a couple of priests, which is what he's doing. I like this from GrandMonster. We're seeing some walls coming up now, and we just need to start seeing baluster tower coming through. Baluster tower on this location is enough to defend. We're seeing the town center of ThreeEyedOdin has fallen, so he's going to be out of resources fairly soon, and he's got no real way to delay against this at this point. As we're seeing I Kill You Die trying to move in, trying to find some way to delay any sort of buildings that are coming up at this point with those chariot archers. But now we're seeing guard towers coming through, halfway to getting that Wonder from completion, and we're seeing more and more of these guard towers going up. GrandMonster's chucking up more Migdol strongholds. I'd much prefer to see watchtowers going up than Migdol strongholds at this point. Migdol strongholds cost 400 gold, and they do a little bit less damage than the watchtowers, because you check here, 14 damage and versus 16 damage, right? And I think they shoot 3 projectiles versus 2. So, and it just takes less time to produce the watchtowers. So unfortunately, that's not what's happening just yet. And have we seen that rock come through just yet? We're seeing one rock is here, but not finding its way just yet. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it fell at some point fast, but this location is pretty secured right now. So, but unfortunately, GrandMonster's not got any more gold coming in, and he's sitting at only 3,000 gold, and that does go very fast if you're spamming those mercenary. We are seeing some mercenary cavalry moving on over into this location, trying to pick off the town center. But what's going to happen now? What's moving in? We're seeing a bunch of these champion elephants are going to be the story at this point. Are they going to be able to pick off this location or not? That's where we're going to come. We're seeing the Migdol Stronghold is trying to come down here, and is this going to be enough right now? We've still got 3 minutes left, 4 minutes left on the clock. HerroOP's wonder is almost finished as well. So here we go. We're seeing the rock coming in at this point. We've got a couple of priests over here already. And what's happening here? If we jump over to HerroOP's perspective, where is he going with this rock? He's moving around the side, and it looks like he may be able to come in through here. There's a couple of battles to tower already, though. So he is going to have to pick off all of these units as well. We see these priests need to be focusing down this rock. The rock is coming in at this point. He should be able to drop that guy right in this, like, oh my god, that's 14 catapult there already. Those catapult going to be able to pick off this wonder so fast. We're seeing shifting stance does get cast, which is a nice little play there, but there's still so many of these guys here, and villagers can pull off the line from shenanigans there, but this wonder looks like it's going to fall. These mercenary cavalry are moving in, but there's so many catapult here already. There's already 5 catapult just picking off this wonder, and it's sitting at 1000 HP, and it's going down 800 HP, and it's going down 600, 500 HP, 400 HP, and it looks like it is gonna fall, and it does fall. It's super unfortunate there. We had about 3 minutes left on it, and that is going to be GG there for the Nilla team, getting super close to winning that game there. Well played by the UCA clan. Great rock drops, really well positioned there. I just feel like, unfortunately, you need to be scouting and need to have your eyes peeled for the rock at all times. And unfortunately, the Nilla team did not manage to track those rocks down well enough. I'm fairly sure they had decent line of sight. Yeah, they have line of sight everywhere here, so there's really no excuse for a rock getting in this far and then taking this location down. You just have to be eyes peeled, all 3 of you looking for teal dots coming in, and unfortunately Nilla did not manage to take that game there. UCA did super well to be able to hang on there. I did feel like the Nilla team had this game in the bag, and then for some reason they just couldn't convert, and matreiuss managed to come through really, really strong with his Thoth elephants doing so much damage everywhere. Anyways, if you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name is Boit, and I will see you guys next time.